Welcome guys. So today we are going to solve a problem on LeetCode Two Sum. So what we have as an input is a integer array where we are given an array of integers and we are given a target sum. So we need to find two numbers out of this array, two numbers at a different indices which sums up to this target. So let's see with an example. So say this is an example one where we have an integer nums 2, 7, 11, 15 and a target given as 9. Then if we see this, if we try to add 2 and 7, we'll get a sum as 9. So yeah, we should return the indices as 0 and 1. Okay. Uh, Now in the example 2, if we see when we try to add 3 plus 2 5, is it equal to 6? No. So we will add 3 plus 4 7, is it equal to 6? No. Then we will do 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4 is 6, so it does add up to 6. So our output will be 1 and 2, that is the indices of 2, that is 1, and indices of 4, that is 2. In the third example, if we see, we are given two numbers 3 and 3, and the target should be 6. So when we add 3 plus 3, it is equal to 6. So our output should be 0 and 1. Key point to note here is what we are doing here is we are not adding 3 of same indices twice to get 6. We are adding 3 of different indices to get 6. That is the one point. So what is the first approach that comes to our mind is we can go through the array and check for each combination of numbers. So 2 plus 7 9, 2 plus 11 13, 2 plus 15 17. Go on checking, and if it matches to our target, and then we return the indices. So that is our first approach. Okay, so let's try to solve this with that approach. So yeah, so first we take an length of the array. This is our length of the array. Then we have to put a for loop to iterate. Okay. Now since we have to take the each combination, correct? So 2 plus 7, 2 plus 11, 2 plus 15. So we need a nested for loop as well, which will run from our I plus 1 index. So if I am at first index, if I am at 0 index, so it will run from 2 plus 7, 2 plus 11, 2 plus 15. So it is I plus 1. So int j is equal to I plus 1. J is less than length of the array, and j plus plus. Okay. Now it is very simple. What we need to do is just simply add nums I plus nums j and see if it is equal to our target. If it matches, what we need to do is return from here. We can do two things. We can store it, iterate the complete array and then return it, or simply return from here. It will save some time for us and be little faster. I'll just explain how it is. IJ. So here if you see, we are getting target of 9 at the first iteration only, 2 plus 7. So it will return directly from here rather than doing the iteration of 2 plus 11, 2 plus 15 and so on, correct? And in case if we don't find any numbers, any two numbers which sums up to the target, what we will do is we will return an empty array, as our return type is an array, so we need to do it. So there is two things. We'll just run and see if it compiles and passes all our test cases. Yes, it does. We can see the output. It is 9. Output is 0 and 1, 0 index and the 1 index, as Java follows 0 index array. We'll try to submit and see if it works. Yeah, so it works fine. So this approach, it works. One thing to notice here is it is taking a time of 39 milliseconds. Okay. So if for this first approach, correct, if we have to give the time complexity, time complexity is nothing but O of n square, sorry. So O of n square, since we are iterating the array twice, correct? We have a nested for loop, so we have to iterate an array two times. Basically, it is uh, 2 plus 7, 2 plus 11, 2 plus 15, and then 7 plus 11, 7 plus 15, and so on. So it is O of n square, big O of n square. Okay, so this is one approach we do. Now we will try to see if we can better this approach. The other thing that comes to our mind is, say suppose if we have some data store or data structures, we can store some pre-computed value and then see whether if we are getting to the target or not. Say suppose if I have a placeholder, correct? I have a placeholder where I'm storing some values. So if in this placeholder, if I am storing 2, correct? So 2, when I'm going to 7, what I can do is target minus 7, that is 9 minus 7 is 2. Do my placeholder has 2? Yes, it does have 2. So what I can do is I have found the two elements which will sum up to my target and I can return it. So we can use hash map here. Why hash map? Because hash map, as you know, stores the key value pair, correct? KV. So we can store the number as key and index as value. Okay, so let's try to code it and see how it works, and then we'll try to see. Okay, so hash map integer. Note one thing, that collection always works on it doesn't work on primitive type, so it will not work on int. It will either work on objects or wrapper classes. Okay, so map is equal to new hash map. Let's remove this now for now. Okay, so we have a hash map where we will be storing the numbers that we have already visited and the indices of it. Okay, so we'll need a loop. Now the second thing is, what we will first thing we need to check is if my map contains the key, contains target minus nums I. Okay, so if my map is containing target minus the value that I am iterating in the array now, if it is present, what we need to do is simply return new int. uh, we can return I and map.get target minus nums I. Okay, uh, if in the question, if you see, it is written that you can return the answer in any order. If we want to return it in the order that we have iterated, then we have to just put this first, the indices of the element found in the map, comma I. If we are not finding, then what we have to do is simply put in the map the element, that is our nums I, that is our key, and then the index of it. Return new. If nothing is matching, we are just simply returning the empty array. Okay, now why does it work, correct? So if you see here, let's try to give this target as 26. Okay, so if we see what it will do in the map, what do we have? Just let's do a dry run and then see. So in the map, what we will be having when I'm iterating to 2, it will be having as 2 comma 0. So it will check 26 minus 2 24. Is anything in the map? No, it is empty. So we added, we went here, we added 2 in the map. Next we will go and see 7. What we will see? 7. uh, 26 minus 7, 19. Is 19 present in the map? No, it is not present. So what we will do is we will simply add 7 as well. So 7 comma 1, 1 is the index. Then we will again iterate, we'll go forward, we'll go to 11. So 26 minus 11, 15. Is 15 present in the map? No, it isn't. So we will add again 11 in the map. So we added 11. Now again we'll go to 15 and see. So 26 minus 15 is 11. Is 11 present in the map? Yes, it is. So we will return from here the map.get 26 minus 15, 11. That is our index. The index we'll get is 2, and then we will get the index of I, that is 3. So it will return 2 and 3 in our case. So we can just modify this inputs of our and see the result as well. So if you see here, now it should return us 2 and 3. So if you see, it is returning us 2 and 3. That is what is expected. And let's submit and see, and let's see if it has given any improvement to our previous code. Yes. Now if you see, it is 2 millisecond. It's much faster. Correct. So if now I have to see the time complexity of this approach. Time complexity of this approach is O of n, big O of n. Why big O of n? Because I'm iterating the nums array only one time. And you know, checking map.contains key, map.put, everything is a constant big O of 1 or big O of constant time complexity. The only drawback that I see with the second approach here is, just let me write here, the space complexity. If you remember in the first approach that we saw, we didn't use any extra space with us. Correct? So space complexity was 1. And for the second approach, if we see the space complexity, it is O of n. So it is O of n. Yes. Why O of n? Because we are creating a hash map where we are storing all the elements. In the worst case scenario, it will be storing all the elements of the array, and then we will be checking whether it is the present or not. So this is the trade-off that we need to do. If extra space is there, second approach using hash map is faster. But if we don't want to use extra space, then we have to go with the first approach. Okay guys, so if this video was helpful, please like, share and subscribe.